That's rough.
I didn't know you
My
were
buddy. Dude, you want to
All
smack?
right.
I don't want to get group chat.
We are here. We are now live. We're here. We made it. We had a little bit of internet connection issues, but we are back with you guys right now. We're using an iPhone, which is better than none. Look at that. You got everybody in the same screen there. All right. So who do we have over there? Introduce yourselves for everybody watching. Start with you, Toby.
Oh, you just introduced me, mate. I'm the adopted American son, so yeah, Toby Price. Yeah, we're over here in the Toyota Hilux with overdrive.
Hello from I am driving the Ford M Sport T1 Plus.
Hello. My name is Seth, and I'm driving the Toyota Hilux for Toyota Guys Racing. I also like to party.
Corbin Leaverton here. Yeah, not quite as cool as these guys yet. Racing the T3 with the BBR boys, the Taurus T3. So yeah, first Dakar out here.
There you go. Well, you know, Corbin, that's where those guys started. Those guys started there too. So you got to work your way up, right?
That's right.
Yeah, don't trash talk T3s.
Oh, I'm not trash talking, dude. She's been pretty kind to me, so it's good.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna start with you, Toby, since you said we got to start somewhere. So, Toby, this is your first year racing in a car. You're in a T1 now, T1 truck. You've won the Dakar before on your bike. What is the biggest difference so far between the bike and the truck, and how do you like it?
Yeah, for sure. For us, it's definitely taken the safety level down a fair few notches. There's not as much risks involved in the car. For sure, it can still be catastrophic out there. But my biggest thing is just trying to take in the notes from my teammate Sam Sunderland. I'm used to reading the notes myself, so now at the moment I've got to keep my eyes on the road and trust what he tells me, and then he's got to trust me with his life in my hands. So he's quite a brave man, that's for sure. We're full sending and going for it. I can see him reaching for the seat belts and tightening everything up, and it's a bit of a change for us, but it's been a cool, fun journey so far. 2 days ago, we'll forget about that, but it is what it is, and we're ready for the second week. So rest day today has been quite nice.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, it's a little different. Normally, you're the one that's having to do the navigating, and now you have someone telling you how to navigate. So that must be pretty nice. The rest of these guys here, you guys all have navigators, obviously. So we'll go to Mitch. We'll go to you next. So Mitch, this is your first race. You've done Dakar before as well. You started in the T3s or the SSV or whatever you guys want to call it, Challenger, or whatever the hell those things are called, UTV. So you started in those things. Then you got up to the T1 now. How is that T1 compared to the cars you were driving before over there?
It's quite different. It's really nice, honestly, like the little things like having a windshield and stuff like that. For a lot of people don't know, still in the States, is like we have liaisons, so we might drive for 3 hours on the highway before we even get to the start of the stage. So being able to chill in there with our headphones on and windshield is great. And then obviously the truck is amazing and the stages, it's faster, stronger, better. Everything is really good on it. So it's nice. And sometimes it's good because we get back to the bivouac even earlier. So you don't have as long of days out there and little things like that. But overall, yeah, it's really fun racing. Interesting getting used to the pace and everything. It's cool racing with, these guys are the best of the best. It's crazy how fast these guys are. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned the pace, and I remember, Toby, you said the first couple days that when I talked to you before, the guys are just driving crazy, or just driving so fast and just smashing everything and ripping panels off and just going crazy. Mitch, or not Mitch, Seth, you actually have 2 stage wins so far. So obviously you got the pace down. I do have to ask you though, did you mean to win that first stage, or was that on accident?
No, so I started 26th that day, and I figured like with me being in the dust and kind of taking the easy pace that I was going to go slow enough to not win. But apparently I went just a barely bit too fast and kind of screwed myself. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. We opened the 48-hour and leading for a really, really long time until we had our cap repeater, which showed us our compass heading and where to go break. which kind of screwed us and lost 40 minutes there. But yeah, I mean, to open the Dakar stage in general was really cool, and to gain that knowledge was a win in itself.
Yeah, and so for people that might not know, when you win a stage, you start first the next day. So you're the first one off the line. So now that day that you went first, sometimes the bikes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in the past, sometimes the bikes start first and then the trucks are able to follow the bike path. But that day that you had to start first, the bikes were not in front of you. Is that correct?
Yeah, so yeah, like you said, most days we do have the bike lines in front of us. Sometimes even difficult to follow the bike lines. I think Toby can attest for that.
Oh yeah.
But that day that I did open, we had 0 bike lines. The bikes were on a completely different route the entire day. So to be able to open for that long and have these guys chase me down, it was a wild feeling being up front, but a super rewarding one for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. Definitely different than down in Baja with all the pre-running and every single line gets burned in and all that. So you go from that type of racing that everyone watching this over here knows to what you guys are doing, where there's no one in front of you, literally no path. You have to figure it out yourself. So
Yeah.
Corbin, you are in the you're in the T3 category or SSV, whatever it is now, or Challenger. Sorry, you're in the Challenger category. Yeah, so you have a lot of lines that are in front of you, but you also have a lot of competition in your class. How's it been driving your car? You had pretty much, you've had good stages every day except for that one, right?
Yeah, I had plenty of lines yesterday, that's for sure. Coming up from the back of the pack. But yeah, no, it's been actually it's been really good. I think we definitely had a good start going. We were keeping it smooth, trying to do all the right things and keep the car in one piece and all that. But hey, it's Dakar. Stuff happens. I mean, just talking to Toby about this, like you can do everything right and stuff just happens. So it's all good. Like now, I guess the pressure's off a little bit for the overall, and we just pretty much go for it. See if maybe we can go get some stage wins, and yeah, it's good overall. Like the experience out here has been awesome. It's gnarly, it's grueling, it maybe a little bit miserable sometimes, but super rewarding and cool. Like every day we get back. I might not have it as good as Mitch and these boys. I was freezing last night. I don't have a windshield, so yeah, it's little things, but
Every time you talk about the T3 stuff and how like we don't have it as good as those guys, you got to remember we did that for 4 years.
yeah.
In the
Yeah.
rain.
And I didn't want to do that. I'm too old and a bit too wide.
And
for that.
I
So
did.
I like air conditioning, and to reach across and hit the air conditioner button is pretty nice too when it's like 35, 40 degrees out heat.
Yeah, could be worse. I'll pay my dues. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, Corbin, what is your prior experience? This is your first Dakar, right? Not as many people might know you from before. What did you race before? What did you do before this?
Yeah, for me, I've always just raced in the States. I've always raced side by sides. I started out like doing like work stuff, more like short course style stuff, and then I've raced like most of Best of Desert the last few years. But yeah, first rally raid race for me ever is this. Straight to the big one, I guess. And to be honest, a little bit last minute in general. So yeah, I mean, wish I probably was a little bit more prepared, but man, we did everything we could, and the team around me is really good and really prepared. Obviously, like the BBR boys have like I don't know exactly now, but at one point we had 6 of the 8 top cars in there. So I may be new to it, but at least my team is not. The car is not. So we're learning quick. Also, my navigator Tate Perry has done a few Dakars as well, so I'm able to kind of quicken the learning curve, right, with the people around me. So it's not so bad. Obviously, the speed was there in the beginning and that stuff, for the prologue, but don't really help you too much when you're getting lost like we have been the last few days, right? We're going really fast in the wrong direction, so it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's good. We try to keep it going the right direction.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Well, one of the questions somebody asked was, what is your guys' average speed over there? We asked Skylar earlier, or we asked Brock, and he said his top speed was only like 80 miles an hour is what they're limited to. Toby, what are you guys doing? What kind of speed are you guys doing in that car?
So for us, like our top speed in the car is 170. We're limited to 170 kilometers an hour. So I don't know the conversion rate of the miles per hour what that is, but most average speeds of the rally range from anywhere from 90 kilometers an hour to 105 kilometers an hour. So about 106 miles an hour. I've got the translator in the background for me, making me sound like I'm quite smart at the moment, but I had no idea what miles per hour that was.
And everyone over here is like, what the hell is 170 kilometers an hour? How fast is that?
Exactly. So I'm speaking Chinese and Japanese, and then I'm trying to translate it, but I've got help in the background for me here.
Yeah, that's how it feels for us all day in the car. Turn right in 200 meters.
How fast 200 meters?
So let's talk about your mindset a little bit. There's a different mindset. Obviously, Toby, you're in a little bit different mindset now, and same thing with Corbin there. But that's still fun though, right? You guys are still you're probably, I mean, be realistic. You're probably out of the overall, but you can still go and get some stage wins and get a lot of seat time in the car, which in the future could be really big, right? So what's kind of your mindset at this point, Toby? What's your mindset going forward here?
Yeah, like that's it for us. We were just trying to stay consistent through the first week, and unfortunately, yeah, the first day of marathon changed that all for us. So yeah, 4 flat tires didn't help the situation. So now the mind just switches to try and do some good stages and hopefully get some stage wins and show we can run the pace and do quite well in the stage results. So yeah, it's a little annoying, but it's at the end of the day now there's really no pressure and we can. We started 137 yesterday, and yeah, it was actually quite fun to pass all the cars, but hell, it was rough. It was like after them trucks had gone through, it beat the hell out of us. So it was yeah, wild time, but yeah, we'll try and enjoy the second week and do well in some stages.
There you go. All right. So then coming over to Mitch. So Mitch, you're in a little bit different mindset at this point. You're sitting in sixth place right now. You're 42 minutes, it looks like, out of first place. Anything can happen. And Seth, you're in ninth. You're an hour and a half back, but you're in ninth. So you're not that far back. On time wise, you're a little far back. But Mitch, what is your mindset? What is your game plan going forward the second half, sitting in the position that you're in right now?
Yeah, it's tough because this is my first stage one was my first time racing a stage in a T1. So it's been like learning every day for me and like figuring out what the truck can take, what the tires can take, all that stuff. So I think now rest day, the last couple stages we've been feeling better. Like we kind of know like what the truck can do now and like know the pace and what it takes to try to win a stage. So we're feeling better now. We've been picking it up and then going into next week. Yeah, I mean, 40 minutes down. It's crazy in this race. Like so much happens that 40 minutes, I'm actually not too worried. Especially with so many dunes and stuff coming up. So for me, it's still just keeping a clean pace. We'll try and pick it up. Of course, we want to take time back if we can. But what we've been doing this whole rally so far is like every day, just keeping a steady pace. And then we're going and there's someone on the side and then there's another one on the side. And it's like every day we've been picking up overall spots. So kind of just keep what we're doing, hopefully, and see where we're at coming into the final stages and see if we can pick it up or not.
Yeah, the one thing we've learned from watching this race over the years is it's never over until you're at that last finish line on the last day. You can have a 3-hour lead going in the last day and you have a problem and you're done, right? It's like you never know. There's no lead that's too big over there. Seth, what?
Yeah, like last year. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly. You never know what's going to happen. So, I mean, that's kind of, it's good and bad. It's good because you can be sitting where you are and it doesn't really matter because there's so much to go. Something could happen to those guys in front of you. And it's also bad because if you're like Brock and he has an hour and a half lead right now, he's like, man, I just have to keep going, but you never know what's going to happen. Seth, what do you think of your ride? And is your ride the same as Toby's? Is your guys' actual car chassis the same, just a different team, or what's that about?
Yeah, so Toby and I and everybody on the Overdrive temp, we're all under the exact same car. Really, main difference is that we kind of have our own separate, let's say, branding from everybody else. Toyota goes through Overdrive, just as Toby is right now going through Overdrive as a customer program. Basically, with just some different branding, so nothing too different.
Okay. And then did they change the rules or something with the tire size over there? Because Toby, you guys are not you. What size tires do you guys have? You guys have 35s or
37s now.
Everybody? Okay, so they changed that, right? Did they open up the tire size or what changed there?
That was about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was
Plus.
2-3 years ago. I think they changed it when it went T1 plus. They went to a 37-inch tire. So
Okay.
yeah, helps a little bit more on the rougher terrain and stuff.
Yeah, because I remember back in the day, I guess it was 3 years ago now, if you were all-wheel drive, you used to have to run a smaller tire, and that's why some guys were trying to build two-wheel drive cars was to get the bigger tire, but now they just open it up so everybody has it. So that makes sense. All right. So,
the only thing is the four-wheel drive, they don't let you have the onboard air system for the tires, whereas the two-wheel drive buggies, they can run a 37, but they can have the onboard air system. So while they're like driving, they can actually adjust the pressures of the tires for the sand dunes, whereas we have to set them before the stage starts, and we have to run what we get with by the time we get to the dunes. So that's about the only way they're kind of trying to keep it a bit fair. But now everyone runs on 37s to help the two-wheel drives climb and get through the dunes, but the four-wheel drives don't have this system.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. It seems like it's mostly, is there a two-wheel drive car that's anywhere up towards the lead there, or is it all-wheel drive cars, it seems like pretty much, huh?
Yeah, pretty much all four-wheel
Yeah,
drive.
you don't want to be in a two-wheel drive. Things have changed now from back when like what you're thinking of is like when there was the Mini, the two-wheel drive Mini and the other cars, and that was kind of like they were kind of even. And now it's kind of changed and we're going to all-wheel drive, and it's kind of the same thing now. The two-wheel drives are a little bit of a thing of the past now.
It's like the trophy truck world. So
I was gonna say it sounds like Baja. It sounds like Baja.
yeah,
Yep.
sounds like Baja.
Well, okay, so there's a good question for you, Toby. You've driven both. How do you think would a Mason all-wheel drive truck compete in the Dakar, or is it not even the same type of vehicle?
Nah, it's completely different. Hey, look, Mason's build an absolute top quality bit of equipment and go racing, but to bring it here, it's just too heavy. The dunes and stuff are so soft here, and unfortunately, the car would get stuck quite a lot. I think for sure. Yeah, the suspension travel would be amazing to have, but yeah, just the weight of it, it's going to be it would be a difficult task to get it through a day here. If it's wide open, full gas, big long roads and pistes and stuff, for sure the Mason would really turn some heads. So when I speak with the overdrive guys and I say there's 1,000 horsepower at my foot, it makes the 350 360 horsepower feel not so amazingly great, but what they've built here does an amazing job. And to climb these sand dunes, and it does it with a fair bit of ease. It's impressive what they've built here for this race.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool to see. Corbin, how far can you guys go, or how often are you guys stopping? You guys are stopping more than these other guys, right? The T1s go a little farther. They stop every other pit, or how does the pitting work down there?
Yeah, yeah. So it's not like down at Baja or back home where you're kind of always on the clock and you have like a quick pit stop. We actually have like dedicated time zones for pits. So it depends on kind of what the ASO wants to do for that day. Forgive me, I'm pretty new to this, so I don't really know what their reasonings are for why they have more or less. But we'll have anywhere from usually it's about 20-30 minutes. We check in the fuel stop, we get in line. There's usually a little bit of a line or a queue, as they say over here, for fuel. We get fuel, and then we have a certain time where we hop back in the race. So I will say, on these long days, that break is pretty nice. Get a snack, get a little drink of water, maybe go take a pee, whatever you need to do, and it's actually kind of sweet. But yeah, a lot different than being back home where you're kind of always on the clock.
The trucks only stop for where he stops. He'll stop for 20 to 30 minutes and refuel. And in the T1, we'll stop for 2 to 5 minutes in that same neutral just for safety.
Okay, just to give a little bit of a gap or whatever they do there. Yeah. So what do you guys think is going to be? What was your favorite stage so far? We'll start with you, Seth. With obviously one of the ones you won probably. But what kind of terrain do you like over there? What type of racing is your favorite? Like if you see the stage the next day and you're like, oh, I like this one. What is that terrain, or what is that?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, not just because I won it, but I think yesterday's stage was the most fun. It was super fast, kind of like slot car racing through the canyons with a little bit of rock, which wasn't too bad, and then a lot of gravel, flat track stuff. So it was just a super, super fast pace. I think we averaged over 100 kilometers an hour for 430 kilometers. So yeah, I think that's been my favorite stage, just because of how fast it was, and you could drive at 110% without a lot of risk. But yeah, that's my one.
Right on. All right. What about the food over there? What are you guys eating? Are you guys eating local food, or how does it work over there? Do you guys bring all the food with you? That don't know.
Can I go?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So, my mom's probably watching this, but she made me homemade birria MREs. So that's what I've been slamming. That's been my meal of choice.
Okay.
You can imagine what it smells like in here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it smells like.
Yeah.
Oh, now you guys went
And you got
sideways.
top of
What'd they do?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
We had an adjustment. So, yeah.
On,
you
on
guys
our
are-
street, it's sideways though. You guys are sideways. They got to go back.
Ah, so-
I don't know what they're thinking.
I don't know what else. Well, I think-
Loose program. Sorry about that one.
You guys are on the other side of the world, so I guess it's upside down. Kind of like Toby. He's always
Yeah, I'm always upside down. So just hopefully not in the car. We'll be right.
Well, do you think that you guys are a little bit better at setting up tents now? We saw you guys weren't very good tent setter upper
Not me.
people before. How's your tent skills go? Have they improved?
I seen him try and set up
Dude.
10. Dude,
Dude,
it was an experience, that's for sure. I enjoyed that every single minute of it. That was perfect.
No, I want to talk about him because I could.
I would
The 2-second ones, nobody knew how to put back together.
Yeah,
that's
that's
I cried about it.
Oh,
couldn't
dude,
figure it
I
out.
was about to go in the trash. I was about to be over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The quick ones are the worst. Like, I would rather just do the old stick, run it through. Like, that style, not too bad. You're going to be there a few minutes, but you can do it. Man, the quick pop-up ones, you throw them out and they pop up, and yeah, it's all great. And then you try to put it up in the morning and fold it all together.
Impossible.
Better than
Absolutely impossible.
Yeah, better to throw it on the fire and just
Yeah,
be done with
just-
it. Say, I lost the 10. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Didn't know where it went.
You
Seth
didn't have to
watched
bring
these
those.
circles.
You didn't have to bring those with you, right? They provided those for you when you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One interesting thing is when we have the marathon stages and like the marathon stage, we all get a duffel. When we pull in from the stage before to the bivouac, they give us a duffel bag. And basically you fit your sleeping bag and like anything, any personal items you can in that bag. And you drop it off in the bivouac at the truck before the next stage. And then that truck is at the marathon bivouac. So when we arrive, we park and you go grab your bag that has your tent and everything. And you go set up shop wherever you find a spot. And then that's what you're stuck with. So whatever you bring in that little duffel bag is what you have for that night.
But not the 48-hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
48-hour, you get your box of rations
yeah.
and they give you a sleeping bag and stuff. And if you fit something in the car, we fit a little bit of stuff in the car so you can stay as comfortable as you can, but you can't bring much. So those stages are interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Did
yeah,
any-
I think I 48-hour better because I didn't really think it through very much my first time being here. What I'm actually sleeping with in my rig every night is my sleeping bag I brought from home, and I had to take that one out to the marathon with me. Sleep full gear, all dirty, all wet and humid in the morning. So now I got a nice like muddy sleeping bag for the following week. So I didn't really think that one through.
Nice. Well, that's a good question. Are you guys wearing the same driving suit every day, or how many driving suits do you have with you over there?
We're M Sport is the best. We're so lucky. They wash we have 3 sets of gear and they wash it and rotate through and we get brand new gear every morning. They drop it off in our camper. It's amazing, honestly. Like the service, the logistics, everything on our team is crazy. I always tell them they take way too good of care of us. Like they're too nice to us. But it's really awesome on our team. And thankfully, I was used to in the past years, you have to ration your gear and go like, 3 days with it until it stinks too bad. And then you switch it up to the next set. But now we're spoiled, at least on my team. So
Yeah.
nice.
A factory life is pretty
Yeah, I
good.
gotta hang out around the M Sport boys more because I wore my suit all week for the first week and I got my second one for next week. So
Nice.
again, I'm not thinking things through very good over here, obviously.
Yeah, I think the rest of these guys might be a little pissed
Little
at
things.
that. Well, that's awesome. All right. Well, going into the second half of the race, it's going to be a little bit of a terrain difference, right? You guys have big dunes coming up. What do you guys think? How are you guys all feeling about those the dunes coming up, and what's the terrain going to be like the second half?
I'm just stoked to get away from the rocks, personally. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
kind of keen to get out of some rocks. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Toby's probably
The
over
stage
the rock too.
description they give us to go, it's like 5% stones for the day, and I'm like, I really want to know what they classify as a
Yeah.
stone because it's 100% stone.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
where the hell did this come from? So I think they just get to the end of the stage and look around and go, well, it's dirt. Okay, it's 95% dirt, 5% stones, and sign it off. It's like
we gotta have a type of guy who does
Tobes and
that.
I got screwed on day 4 and both got too many flats. No matter how you drove, it was like you could drive at 5 miles an hour and you're still gonna get a flat. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to get out of the rocks. I'm not the biggest fan of the dunes, to be completely honest. Maybe just because it's slower pace, but it'll be nice to not have to worry about ripping tires off. I guess the only thing I got to worry about is getting stuck.
I've only ridden bikes in the dunes, so I'm quite new to the four wheels in the dunes, so I'm about to experience that a little bit. So hopefully I survive. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and the dunes over there, you know, when we say dunes here, people think of like Glamis or Dumont or something like that. How does that compare to the dunes over there that you guys are riding in?
No,
Yeah.
no.
So last year when we went to our rest day, we left the empty quarter they call it, where all the dunes are, and we took a flight from like a military airport. It was a charter and landed in the city. When we took off, like, and we were up at like about cruising altitude, you could look as far as you could see every direction in dunes. It's crazy. It is crazy. And when you get up in the big ones, it's like almost lake beds, and then it's just like the steepest dune you've ever seen, and you get up to the top, and then it's like dunes on top of a dune. It just goes forever. It's insane out there. It's not quite Glamis.
Yeah, a little bigger, huh?
Like, there's not the float like there's the Glamis, right? Like for anyone back home that like goes to Glamis, like you can kind of assume kind of what's happening because they're kind of all like big bowls kind of stacked next to each other, right? You can kind of flow through. Dude, out here, like there's no real rhyme or reason. Like you come over one that looks good, and then it's just a wall. And so like you'll see like the guys leading out, man, they're going all over the place, just trying to find a way through, you know, because you can just get stuck so easy, and it's so soft. It's like silk, just sucks you right down.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, yeah, I mean, good luck in those things. It's been fun watching you guys the first half, and I don't want to keep you guys up too long because I know you got to go to bed. You got a long section tomorrow. You got a long liaison. But Toby, apparently we pissed off a couple of your Australian buddies because we're calling you our honorary American. So just to clarify for your GCs back home there, is it okay that we are calling you an honorary American for this for our updates that we do every
Yeah,
day?
don't worry about it, mate. They're just a bunch of Aussies that are just carrying on, so don't worry about them. They'll be fine. But no, I still love them. But yeah, hey, I'm stoked to have kind of the approval of an American passport. So it's no.
Oh, perfect. Their internet might have died. Let's see if it comes back.
I've got you back. We'll be.
There we go. There we go. All right, you're back. You broke up for a second. Perfect. All right. Well, good luck to all of you guys.
It's the Ford Import's bloody budget on their cellular data. You're burning his thing up, so you're cutting into his wages right now, mate.
Oh, did he have to say yes for more to pay more?
Yeah, it's Ford M Sports.
My
Budget
SIM
right
card.
now. It's his SIM card, it's his phone. So you have to thank Mitch. He's got to thank his sponsors now because you just rinsed his data right now.
Oh man. Well, I am glad to see all of you guys having fun and joking around and being in a good mood over there. Obviously, the rest day did you guys a lot of good. That was probably very welcomed. But good luck the whole rest of the way. It's been fun watching you guys, and we're gonna keep watching Mitch and everybody. Good luck. You know, going for keep being smart. I think you guys are all doing a good race so far. I'm bummed for you, Toby. I really am. It's a bummer. You had such a good run going, but you know it is what it is. That's the Dakar.
I think the same thing, mate. The money that I've spent probably would have been a lot better at the casino, a lot less risk, but it is what it is. We enjoy motorsport racing, and we're here, so it's cool.
Yeah, but you know anybody can go to the casino. How many people can go race the Dakar?
That's true, not many, but probably the odds of winning a Dakar and winning on black or red, the odds are probably better at the casino table.
Well, that means you know what it takes to win. You have a couple wins, right? Just in a different category.
That feels like 25 years ago. So it's but we have a couple on the two wheels, but trying to learn the four wheel side, but we'll be good. But wishing these boys the best. And looking forward to hopefully the US boys up there, and we'll just try and get some stage results.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again for coming on, and like I said, good luck the rest of the way. We're gonna be watching you guys. And you got anything else, or are you guys good?
Thanks all the Americans for watching.
Shout
out to America.
When we started like 5 years ago, we didn't know anything, and I feel like no one followed it. And I think we got a good crew now. So thank you guys for supporting us. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have Robbie Gordon, and that was it, right? It was literally the only people that even knew about the Dakar over here was because of Robbie, really. And then, you know, he was excited.
That was entertaining, though.
I was gonna say he was exciting to watch, but it was always something that, like, that happened. So it's nice having
Yeah.
more Americans over there now, and it's cool seeing, some good results, I'll say, from the Americans over there. So keep it up, boys, and good luck. Go get it done the second half.
Thanks, Fish. I need to hello to my family if they're
Thanks,
watching.
Austin.
Thanks, Austin.
Love you, mom. Love you, dad. Love you, wife. Oh yeah,
All
you're
right, see you
married. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Don't forget to thank your wife. That was good. You might be, you can survive. You can come home. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to come home.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.